It's time to look ahead to 2019 because you and I both know we got more than just sneakers to worry about. What's up guys, it's your girl TJ here and I'm bringing back another discussion video related to budgets, but you know I'm always going to somehow tie it into sneakers for you because that's what we're all here for. So hopefully you are subscribed. If not, go ahead and subscribe if you're feeling this video, or give it a thumbs up if you're feeling the content. Now, you know, end of 2018, end of any year means that we eat well, we have a lot of fun, we shop, and we spend money on those we love, including ourselves. That's just what end of the year means. It's what the holiday means. So I'm sure we all spit plenty and enjoy plenty, but now it's time to look ahead to 2019 because start of a year really means that I feel like you need to focus, you need to redirect past just the fun to what's actually on the horizon, what's going to happen ahead, because life is about more than just, oh, this is what I want to enjoy in this moment. You got to look at what expenses do you know for a fact you're going to have to take care of, and how do you minimize it becoming a burden on you and your household, you know, when that time comes to go ahead and pay for whatever it may be. So that's what we're going to focus on today, specifically talking about sinking funds. Now, if you don't know what a sinking fund is, it's pretty much just looking at something you know you will have to pay for a little bit down the line, and instead of having to come up with, let's say, all of whatever that amount is in, I don't know, let's just say June, instead you get the total amount, you break it down monthly into what you can sink into that fund for whatever that item may be. So you would save every single month from January up until June. That way, when it's time to pay for whatever that expense is in June, boom, it's done, and you are able to still take care of everything else in life you needed to do without any, you know, real stress. And we're always trying to minimize stress. Life is a bitch, I'm just gonna say that already. So you need to try to minimize stress. So sinking funds are great. I use them for myself because they're clutch, and there are a lot of things you can use sinking funds for. Yes, even sneakers. I know people may not think about that, but you can use a sinking fund for sneakers as well. If you know that some of these higher priced Jordan releases are going to be, let's say, $250, which I feel bad for all y'all adults that have to pay for those prices or wear those sizes. But if you know it's $250, break it down over a cost of a few months and have a sinking fund for that release coming up. That way, you know you can easily go ahead and afford it and pay for it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a new release item, but let's say there's something on StockX that you want to go back and pick up that you weren't able to pick up because, you know, a lot of us get screwed in the draws and the raffles. And let's just say, and don't flame me because I'm not a hype beast, but let's just say the Off-White Presto or the Polar Pack that came out, let's just say you want to get that shoe. Look at what it's going for your size. If it's, say it's $500, then create a sinking fund. So for 5 months, you save $100 every month, and then boom, you have that $500 set aside to go ahead and pay for that sneaker that you want while not deviating from everything else that you need to take care of. Hopefully that makes sense. Now I'm going to go ahead and put up on the screen a list of different things that I think are very common expenses as an adult that you should have a sinking fund for. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that up over my face so that you guys can see it. And let's just run off the list, all right? Car maintenance and registration, vet appointments. If you have an animal, trust me, you have to take care of those annually. Birthdays, gifts, or Christmas, these things aren't surprises. They happen the same day every single year. Travel or vacation, people want to get away. I don't blame you. I need to find time in my life to travel and really experience some things. A down payment for a home. That's probably one of the biggest sinking funds people will ever actually put away for, is the down payment for a home. I think it's smart to make sure you have a down payment for a home before you purchase one. Expanding a family, you need to save because that kid's going to cost you out the ass, just being honest. And then if you are moving, you need to go ahead and set that up too. So have a sinking fund for first month's rent, the deposit, if you have a pet fee, if you have to pay for, you know, the washer and dryer, a carport, a garage, anything like that. You need to make sure that you're doing that, all right? So hopefully that list makes some sense to you. Now I'm also going to go ahead and throw up on the screen another one. Now these are just some estimates of what I think could fit into a lot of people's budgets, and it just seems realistic just to give you an idea of kind of what sinking funds could look like coming out of your actual income every single month. All right, so my face is going to disappear again. Let's throw something up on the screen. So let's just say you put aside $50 for your pet per month. Over the course of a year, you've set aside a decent amount of about $600 if your pet does have an emergency. $100 for gifts. Now again, you could lower this to $50. I don't know how much y'all trying to treat everybody in your life, but you can put aside $100 a month for gifts if you do have a lot of family, anniversaries, birthdays. $75 if you would like for car maintenance. We all have to do registration. We all eventually need tires, shocks, all of that. $600 for, let's say a down payment or hospital costs. If you, let's say the total amount is $600, maybe put aside, $100 a month or something of that effect. If you know you have medical expenses that are always on the horizon for you, put something aside every month. So if you could put aside $50 to $100, like say for your out-of-pocket costs every month, I think that's smart. And then if if you're going to be moving, I know a lot of college students, there's a lot of people tend to move after kind of the winter season ends, so look to put aside money for that every single month, whether it's, $200 to $300, but put that aside so that you can have, like I stated before, money for moving in without as much stress. Alright, so hopefully you guys took something from that and you see how you can lower some stress on yourself. No matter what, expenses are going to come up in our lives that we have to take care of as an adult, unless you're still like relying on your parents. And I don't really know what that's like, because at 22 years old, that just wasn't something that I personally was doing. I'm not knocking anybody that is, but I had finished up my master's degree, was on my own career, owned health insurance, owned everything. At that point, I was happy to start giving things back to my mom versus sitting here and asking her to still support me as an adult, but that's just how I felt. Totally different story for everybody. I understand, not always everybody's fault. If they are in that situation, if it is your fault, please grow the hell up and move the F on to support it yourself. Alright, so hopefully you guys took something from this. If you're asking, do I have sinking funds for shoes time to time, just kind of depends on what it is. More so sinking funds for life, because I know that is more important than a shoe any day of the week. So let me guys know what you think about this video. Do you rock with it? If so, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you have sinking funds yourself, and if you don't, but it's something you're going to start, just go ahead and let me know, because I think that's good feedback to know that I'm at least providing something of value and positive to you guys. Thank you for tuning in so much. I'll catch you later. Peace.